Impossible projects that someone like you and me made possible by overcoming mental limitations. Challenges that became famous by confronting the rules. Stay with me until the end of the video because you're going to be surprised. Number 10, the Suez Canal, the project that made the world shorter. Imagine that to get from Europe to Asia, you had to travel 7,000 kilometers all the way around the entire African continent. Months of delays, astronomical fuel costs, and global trade practically paralyzed. But there was an idea that had been circulating in the minds of Egypt's pharaohs for centuries, connecting the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea. And finally, in 1859, this dream stepped off the paper and entered the real world. A project that took 10 years, a project that would cost the equivalent of $15 billion today, and in a project that had to face one of the harshest deserts on Earth, the Sinai Desert. Lack of water, lack of food, deadly diseases, and conditions that would have destroyed any project. But this was Egypt, and giving up was not part of the plan. For the first time in history, a massive wave of excavation machinery was put to work. And unbelievably, 1.5 million workers were mobilized to build this canal. And after a decade-long battle with nature, the Suez Canal was born. But now let's get to the part that changed everything. What did this mega project do? Shortened global shipping routes by up to 90%. NASA created the first fast and direct connection between continents. Revolutionized global transportation costs, and laid the foundations of modern global trade. If the Suez Canal didn't exist, today's world, today's trade, and even today's pace of life would be completely different. This isn't just a canal. It's a project that connected the world. Number 9, Hoover Dam. When humanity tamed nature in the early 20th century, the western United States, especially Southern California, was trapped in a strange contradiction. On one side, devastating floods that destroyed cities. On the other side, severe seasonal water shortages that paralyzed people's lives. And that's when a big question was raised. What if we could control the water? That's exactly where the idea was born. Building a gigantic dam on the Colorado River, a dam that was meant to control floods, store water for homes and agriculture, and power industry with hydroelectricity. 3 goals, 1 project: flood control, fair water distribution, power generation. But this project was no joke. A cost equivalent to $49 million in today's money, in one of the harshest and most remote regions of the United States, deadly heat, unbearable climate conditions, and a place where, just to survive, entire worker towns, water supply systems, and medical services had to be built from scratch. Workers labored under the scorching sun, tension, exhaustion, danger, but retreat, that was never an option. And finally, in 1931, the project began, and just 5 years later, one of the greatest engineering masterpieces in history was put into operation, Hoover Dam. But now comes the main question. What exactly did this dam change in human life? The impact of Hoover Dam. 1. Water and power supply. This dam fueled the explosive growth of the American Southwest. Cities expanded, industry came alive, and modern life took shape. 2. Creation of a massive lake. A lake that today is one of America's greatest tourist attractions. 3. A complete transformation of regional agriculture and climate land that was once dry and lifeless, turned into an agricultural powerhouse. And this is where a powerful statement comes true. When a government truly cares about its people, nothing is impossible. Hoover Dam is not just a dam. It is a symbol that planning, determination, and prioritizing public welfare can change the course of history. Number 8, the Golden Gate Bridge, the bridge that completed a city. In the early 20th century, San Francisco Bay was booming. The economy was growing. The population was rising. But there was one big problem. The northern Marin Highlands were almost cut off from the city. Connections were limited to ferries or long, exhausting land routes, and that meant slow trade, high costs, and restricted social and economic growth. That's when the United States decided to attempt the impossible, building a permanent, safe, and reliable bridge with a budget of around $35 million, so people and goods could cross the bay at high speed. But this project was anything but simple. The engineering team, led by Joseph Strauss and Leon Moiseev, faced real nightmares, extremely powerful winds, the bay's thick, constant fog, and conditions capable of destroying any structure. That's when true engineering revealed itself, a suspension bridge design with cables made of thousands of steel strands, built to overcome massive wind forces. But it wasn't over yet. The next challenge? Building the foundation at great depth and underwater. This pushed the project into serious financial and political crises, right in the middle of the Great Depression in the US. So what was the solution? Public bonds. The people themselves invested in building the bridge. And finally, after years of effort, one of the most famous bridges in history was born, the Golden Gate Bridge. But what did all this cost and hardship actually change in people's lives? Benefits of the Golden Gate Bridge. One easier connection between both sides of the Bay Towns expanded, businesses flourished, and life accelerated. 2. The birth of a global icon. The bridge became the identity of San Francisco, an image forever recorded in books, films, and human memory. But wait, this is only part of the story. Like the video, follow the channel and come with me to number 1, which is truly going to shock you. Number 7, the Apollo program. When humanity broke free from Earth. Some projects are so powerful that they literally give you goosebumps. And this is one of them. A project that declared life should not be limited to planet Earth. A project that decided to send humans beyond Earth's atmosphere. This is where you realize that what some psychologists say, that limitations exist only in the human mind, is absolutely true. At a time when human life was confined to a tiny piece of land on Earth, a historic decision was made. The United States said, "We will send a human to the moon." In 1961, the idea entered its execution phase, and by 1972, it became reality. The cost? About $25 billion in money of that era. But money wasn't the only thing at stake. This project was a combination of the space race with the Soviet Union, fear of failure in front of the entire world, and a bold, almost crazy human dream. But the challenges? They were truly terrifying. First, building a rocket that had never existed before. A rocket that could break free from Earth, pass through the atmosphere, reach the moon, and return safely. Second, an extremely complex guidance system with calculations where even the smallest error meant disaster. And third, the most frightening challenge, the risk of astronauts dying at any stage of the mission. One mistake, one technical failure, and everything would be over. But despite all of this, no one backed down. And the result? 6 successful human missions to the moon. A moment when the entire world held its breath. But that was only the beginning. Achievements of the Apollo program. Shocks, the birth of microchips. Choose development of ultra-precise sensors. Choose major advances in medical systems. Seizures and the foundation of technologies that today exist in everyone's pocket. This wasn't just the conquest of the moon. This project was humanity's leap into the future. Truly extraordinary. I'm shocked myself. Number 6, Burj Khalifa. When a country decided to build the future? In the early 21st century, countries in the Persian Gulf faced a serious fear, total economic dependence on oil. And one terrifying question, what happens when the oil runs out? That's when one country woke up before all the others, the United Arab Emirates. A decision was made that changed the country's entire future, moving away from oil dependency, building a brand new economy. But what should they invest in? The bold answer was attracting tourists, attracting investors, creating luxury, unprecedented developments. And then, a crazy idea was proposed. Let's build the tallest structure ever made by humans. In 2004, this idea entered the execution phase with a cost of around $4 billion. 6 years. 6 years of battling physics, wind, and human limitations. The challenges were no joke. Powerful winds at unimaginable heights, pouring concrete at elevations never attempted before. But engineering didn't back down. A complex, spiraling geometric design and the use of the buttressed core engineering system, which stabilized the structure against wind and vibrations. And the result? In the heart of Dubai, a structure was born whose name would remain in history forever. Burj Khalifa. But this wasn't just a tower. The impact of Burj Khalifa, turning Dubai into a global tourism icon, on a massive influx of international investors, The rise of an ultra-modern commercial city, Nasha is transforming Dubai into a dream destination for the world's wealthy. This project delivered a clear message. We won't wait for oil to run out. We will build the future ourselves. And this is where true patriotism finds its meaning. When a country's leaders prioritize the peace, prosperity, and future of their people. Number 5, Shinkansen bullet train. The birth of speed after devastation. After World War II, Japan was almost completely destroyed. Cities were in ruins. The economy collapsed. In the future, completely uncertain. But Japan made a historic decision. We won't just rebuild the country, as we will reinvent it. And to revive the economy, there was only one way: fast, safe, and permanent connections between cities. But this is where the challenge began. Japan is a country where strong earthquakes occur daily. Flat land for rail construction is almost non-existent, and building straight tracks was nearly impossible. Many said, this project can't be done. High-speed trains in Japan? Impossible. But Japanese engineers did not give up. The solution? Build perfectly straight tracks, dig massive tunnels through mountains, and design the first train capable of over 200 kilometers per hour. The project started in 1959, and just 5 years later, in 1964, the world was shocked. Cost? About $24 billion in today's money. And the result? Achievements of the Shinkansen. Billions of safe trips without a single fatal accident. Birth of a modern, high-speed economy for Japan. And most importantly, becoming the model for high-speed trains worldwide. Today, every high-speed train you see around the world traces its roots back to the Shinkansen. This project wasn't just a train. It was Japan's message to the world. Even after total devastation, you can come back faster, stronger, and smarter. Number 4, Incheon International Airport. When engineering built an island, with the rapid growth of air travel and increasingly crowded skies, a big question arose. How can we build an airport that's both iconic and a model for the world? This project could transform a country into a new economic powerhouse. And the country that decided to make it happen? South Korea, but the path wasn't easy. The challenge is building an airport on water, creating an artificial island, seamless connection to the city. But Korean engineers had intelligence and national pride and said, it's possible. They started filling 500 million cubic meters of soil, designing one of the world's most advanced air traffic control systems. The project began in 1992, and by 2001 it was operational. Cost, around $10 billion, and the results? Achievements of Incheon Airport. 1, named Asia's best airport for multiple years. 2, created one of the fastest transit routes between the US and Asia. 3, attracted hundreds of technology companies. 4, developed smart urban systems for the entire country. This project was not just an airport. It was a symbol of ambition, engineering intelligence, and national pride for Korea. In the comments, tell me, which country are you from? Did your country play a role in any of these projects? And how do these projects look today? Number 3, the Canal Tunnel. When Europe went under the sea, Europeans had been dreaming for over 200 years, connecting France and England with a direct route. But the path wasn't easy. The obstacles: digging under the sea, massive water pressure coordination between two countries with different technical systems. Yes, you heard that right. This was going to be a tunnel beneath the ocean. Incredible, isn't it? If you think your daily life is tough, this project puts everything into perspective. Engineering dreams for the Channel Tunnel. The engineer's solution? Chakder, build 3 parallel tunnels, start digging from both sides simultaneously. And the unbelievable part, the tunnels met with only 34 centimeters of difference. The project began in 1988 and finished in 1994. Costed $21 billion. But the benefits? One rapid movement of people and goods between 2 major European powers. 2 significant reduction in air pollution compared to air and road transport. 3, the beginning of a new era of high-speed trains in Europe. Remember, making a difference is what sets you apart. And the Channel Tunnel did exactly that. It made trade and travel between the 2 countries faster, cleaner, and smarter. Number 2, the 3 Gorges Dam. When humanity tamed a river, China, for centuries struggled with the powerful floods of the Yangtze River floods that took human lives destroyed cities and farmland. With industrialization and populations concentrating along the riverbanks, the need to control floods and provide more water and electricity became greater than ever. And that's when a bold idea was born: the Three Gorges Dam. The project began in 1994 and took 18 years to complete, with the dam's power plant becoming operational in 2012. Cost? About $40 billion. But this project wasn't just about money. Checkered environmental challenges, Joshka earthquake risks, Joshka structural stability, all were hurdles that engineers had to overcome. Achievements of the Three Gorges Dam: 1. Significant reduction of floods. 2. Clean and sustainable electricity generation. 3. Supporting the lives of millions of people in China. This dam is not just a structure, it is a symbol of humanity's mastery over nature and extraordinary engineering. But now, without delay, I want to take you to number 1, the most difficult and expensive human-made project that will truly blow your mind. Number 1, the International Space Station. When humanity broke all limits. And finally, we've reached number 1. This project is the true symbol of human power. After decades of the space race, in the 1990s, a historic decision was made: build a permanent laboratory in Earth's orbit to conduct research impossible on Earth. Cost? About $150 billion. And the obstacles? Truly terrifying. Your long-term management of a massive project. Safety and survival in the harsh space environment. Assembling complex modules and parts in space. These challenges were like a science fiction nightmare, even for engineers' minds. The project continued until 2011, and the result? Achievements of the International Space Station. 1. Advancement in rocket and robotic technology. 2. A symbol of international cooperation. 3. Laid the groundwork for longer missions, like journeys to Mars. The ISS is not just a structure in space. It is a symbol of human ambition, intelligence, and unity. And now, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this video and support the channel by subscribing so we can create more content like this.